If you're enjoying the show and you'd like to get more, maybe you want to get bonus episodes, maybe you want to get episodes early, maybe you'd like to join monthly video hangouts with me, Jeff, and other fans of the show, the way to find out how to do that is to go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
But I also feel like there's a way to accomplish it that doesn't make it look terrible and actually improves readability.
I think the special edition of the original trilogy looks better too, Jeff. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. You can really tell that R2's hiding in those rocks.
I want to talk about dogs.
Sure, I always want to talk about dogs.
We talk about dogs a lot on this show, but yeah, they're amazing little animals. They are. Sometimes not so little.
Sometimes they're big. Anyway, that's our podcast about dogs. That's everything we know about dogs.
Fur. We forgot about fur.
Oh, also a fur.
They have fur. No, dogs' sense of smell is a remarkable thing, and I don't think I have really taken a moment to conceptualize what I think is happening with a dog's sense of smell. We, of course, know that the sense of smell is more acute and powerful than we as humans have and is capable. We have, dogs that can use their sense of smell to find things. But there's a new study which suggests that dogs actually conceptualize the thing that they're smelling. And I wonder,
what do you mean by conceptualize?
They have an idea in their head of what the thing that they are smelling is supposed to be.
Now, are you saying they're able to do that with something they've never smelled before, or with something they have smelled before?
With something they have smelled before.
Okay.
So let me step you through what this experiment was. This is at the Max Planck Institute.
Because I'm going to initially say I don't find that extremely surprising, but there may be a layer to this that I'm not understanding.
Sure.
Because the way I'm understanding it right now is you're like, if my dog has smelled a particular ball before or type like a rubber ball.
Yeah.
If he smelled a rubber ball before and then he smells a rubber ball in the future, he goes, oh, that's the smell of a rubber ball, which is not particularly surprising to me.
No, it's more like if he smells a rubber ball, he expects to, and doesn't see the rubber ball and then gets to the point where the rubber ball is, he expects that rubber ball to be there. He has a conception in his head of what he's smelling. And when he gets there and it's not that rubber ball, he's surprised.
Okay. All right.
So here's the way this works. So this is done at the Max Planck Institute, which every time we talk about the Max Planck Institute, I have this idea in my head of like...
It's Tomorrowland, right?
It's Tomorrowland, or like the office building in Men in Black, where they're just like doing the greatest shit all the time.
I want to go to the Max Planck Institute, but I have a feeling like if you go there, it's kind of like... Okay, so I got to visit the original Jim Henson headquarters, the old the house looking one, the one that's in the Muppet movie, the Muppet movie reboot.
Yes,
that's the actual original Jim Henson headquarters.
Yeah,
and I went there and I was just like, oh my god, welcome to Magic and Wonder, and it was a secretary and some cubicles and some people on the phone and everybody was kind of bored and wondering what they were going to do for lunch.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly the same thing with the Max Planck Institute. It's going to look like some doctor's office,
Yeah, it's just like regular ass office.
Cubbies and,
You expect it to look like Eureka.
Yeah.
You walk in and just genius kids with jetpacks and flubber and shit.
Yeah, you want it to be Willy Wonka's factory.
Nah, dude, it's a bunch of people just I don't know, do you want to go to the sandwich place again?
Yeah, I guess.
I've been to the sandwich place 4 times this week. We can't go to the sandwich place again. We can't.
I need to record all of the data real quick before we leave. I can't forget. I'm going to get out my notepad and write some stuff down.
Yeah, write down all that stuff that you figured out about the nature of matter. And I'm going to try to figure out maybe Chinese. I hate this neighborhood.
This is the worst problem we deal with on a daily basis. Where to eat.
The most unsolvable problem of the Max Planck Institute.
Anyway, so these guys and gals did an experiment with, they took 48 dogs, which I guess is a fairly
48 continental dogs, the lower United dogs.
No Alaskan or Hawaiian dogs, please.
No Malamutes or, what's a good Hawaiian dog? What's a good Hawaiian boy?
I don't know what kind of dog, but I tell you what, it surfs.
Air Bud with a lay around his neck.
That dog. They took 48 dogs, 25 of whom had special training with police or search and rescue teams.
Okay.
And 23 of whom were just family dogs without any special training.
But they're all special boys.
They're all very special boys, but
Okay.
not special training.
All right.
Just don't tell the special boys about the training the other ones had because they get very upset and jealous.
I hate to see a dog sad.
So they
Would you rather see a dog sad or your wife sad?
I mean,
Real talk. Like a real sad dog. Like okay. Like your wife is like Grey's Anatomy episode sad, right?
Oh, right.
And then, but like a dog that's just sad, because dogs only have one conception of sad.
Like
Which
if you could somehow,
which would you rather see?
If you could
which would
somehow
break your heart more?
explain to a dog what happened in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Well, but if you explain to a dog what happened in Grey's Anatomy, it would be just as sad as if like it witnessed a death, because that's how dogs work. Yeah,
that's the only
dogs
mode
are
it has.
just sad. So like your wife is Grey's Anatomy sad, and then like just a sad dog. Which would break your heart more to see?
I mean,
because I'm going dog,
do
baby.
I have to answer this?
I'm going dog.
Anyway, they acquainted these 48 dogs.
You can't avoid that question forever. It's going to come back.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. They acquainted them with two special, adorable little toys.
Okay.
Toys that they love. One was sort of like a rubber ball, and the other was like a furry stuffed animal.
Okay.
And the dogs had affinity for both of the toys. Okay. And then they ran them through a series of tests where they created a scent trail with one of the toys. And at the other end of the scent trail, as the dog sniffed and sniffed and sniffed and went through and discovered it, it was the other toy. So the toy that they expected to find.
How'd they do that?
Well, they created a scent trail and then swapped out the toys at the end.
Man, those crafty scientists.
Max Planck, dude.
Max Planck.
You can't figure out whether they want Chinese or Italian for lunch, but
they can make one thing smell like another thing. I'll tell you what.
That's the problem, is how do you pick out lunch when anything can smell like anything?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the dogs did this 4 times. The first time that they went through, all of the dogs, regardless of their training, when they got to the room where they expected to find, let's say they were, had the scent of the rubber ball. When they got to the room, following the rubber ball scent, and it was the stuffed animal toy, they were shocked. They actually exhibited signs of surprise. In fact, they weren't into the stuffed animal toy. They were looking around like, where's the rubber ball? I was expecting to find rubber ball.
Oh,
why isn't rubber ball
There's
here?
a lesson about Buddhism in here.
Just accept,
like there really is.
Stuffed animal.
There's a stuffed animal right in front of you. Why are you looking for the ball? You know what I'm saying?
But I wanted ball.
I know, but like pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Now shake. Shake.
Okay.
All right, now take the stuffed animal.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
But I wanted ball.
You are so far from enlightenment.
Do we have to watch Grey's Anatomy again?
Yes, we do, until you cry, until you understand what's happening. Also, I can't believe I'm running scent experiments and not releasing my talking dog collar technology to the world. I feel like I've put the cart before the horse here.
Oh, there's a horse here?
No.
I'd love to have a chat. So pretty amazing that they actually had this concept in their head of what they expected to find. And when what they found was not the thing that they were smelling, they exhibited signs of surprise. Okay. That didn't change. They found that the trained dogs, the police dogs, the rescue dogs, were able to follow the scent quicker, as you might expect.
Sure.
But were equally surprised at the beginning of the test.
Because they thought the killer got away again. That's what a police dog. Yeah, that's what a police dog
thought. The rubber
thought.
ball killer is on the loose.
The regular dog is just like, oh, stuffed animal, I wanted ball. And then the police dog is like, damn it. I'm always one step behind. He's going to kill again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. And then he had like a long drag on a cigarette.
And then, like, if that dog had looked across the maze at one of the scientists, he would find that the scientist was actually just that dog killer that he was looking for. It was 2 dogs in a lab coat.
Yeah,
because they're working together.
That's how they do.
That's how they do it.
They're pack animals. So interestingly, the ability of the dog. So they did this 4 times, right?
Okay.
By the end of the 4th time,
The dog was just pissed.
Surprise had really gone away.
Yeah.
Which I guess you would expect. But also interestingly, the family dogs who had no special training caught up to the police dogs in terms of performance. Like by the fourth time they did it, there was no discernible difference between how quickly they went through the smell test.
So to me,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, the cool finding here is not so much that like dog expects smell to match with thing, because I don't know, like of course, like there's something in me that's like, well, of course they think that, but I am pretty interested in like how quickly these regular dogs can turn into police dogs. Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
because that means one of two things: either number one, all dogs are dope and ready for police work at any time;
they all have a keen sense of duty;
or number two, we're not training police dogs well enough. Like if I went on a ride along, if I went on like 3 ride-alongs with a detective, and all of a sudden I was solving crimes as well as that detective was, I'd be a little bummed about how well we're training detectives. Meanwhile, this police dog and this regular dog just has to do 3 ride-alongs, 4 ride-alongs, and it's a police dog, baby.
Wow. This is like me going to comedy traffic school.
And coming out Robin Williams.
I thought I was going to go coming out a police officer, but that could stop people.
But like a hilarious police officer.
Robin Williams.
Like the Patch Adams of police officers.
Right. Patch Douglas.
Detective Patch Adams. He just walks into the crime scene in like floppy clown shoes, and he's just like, well, I'm sorry that your husband's dead, but
oh my yeah, I'm confused. Is this good cop or bad cop? Because I plausibly both, I think.
Well, I hope friend cop.
Oh, well, thanks, Patch.
And I hope that you're doing okay.
Oh, stop poking me.
Hey, huh? Look, I got a rubber chicken in here.
Yeah, no,
Power of laughter.
Yeah.
It is grisly in here, isn't it?
It is. I don't understand why we have to do this at the crime scene. This seems really depressing. And I'm not gonna laugh because that's literally
What if I put it on him?
Oh, no, that's funny. Oh, look, he's dead, and there's a red nose on him.
Yeah, the healing power of laughter.
Oh, anyway, is that just blood?
We have no idea who did this, and we never will. They are far away by now.
Laughter, the best medicine, not necessarily the best crime fighting tool.
Not the best crime fighting tool. So okay, I dig this. I think this is one of those things where every time you bring up an animal story and you're like, hey, look at what animals can do.
Yeah.
I think I just sort of lean towards animals are magical and super intelligent and amazing, and I love them. And of course they can do these things.
There's nothing that can surprise you because you think they can do anything already.
If you told me that one of these dogs was better at calculus at a high school level than me, I'd be like, of course they are.
That tracks.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, they're all good boys, and they think so much, and they have so many feelings. Of course, they're better at calculus.
Is this because of your high esteem for dogs or your low esteem for humans?
Yes. No, I don't know. It's definitely one of those things. I feel like, and you can tell me if you feel differently. I feel like it is good that we now have the hard data to back up this thing that is common sense about dogs.
Right.
Right. Like my dog smells a particular toy, and I put it in another room, it knows where to expect the toy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you spend time with animals, you kind of know this, but it's always good to be like, here's hard evidence.
But like, when you smell something, you don't have a specific image of what that thing is that you're smelling, right? You have this vague notion. I'm trying to think about...
If I smell pizza, I definitely expect to see a pizza around somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, if I smell... gasoline, I think there's a gas station around.
Right.
Like I'm not surprised that dogs can do the same.
I guess that's true, but to have a very specific image in their head rather than just something I know.
Now if I smelled gasoline and I was like, well, it's a 4-pump gas station. It's probably like a mobile.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? If you told me dogs were doing that, like not just rubber ball, but like brand and type of rubber ball, then I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, dogs. But telling me like dog smell food, knows to go to food, I'm like, and conceptualizes food in head.
I guess this is closer to the former than the latter because it's two different types of toy, right? It's like smell one toy, expect that same toy rather than smell toy and get either toy.
Toy, when you say that a toy, the smell of like a stuffed toy is different than the smell of a rubber ball. Like, of course it is. Why would the dog smell a rubber ball and think it's a stuffed animal? Dogs have a very like intensely honed sense of smell. Like we've always known that. Like I think that's kind of reductive about the cognitive abilities of a dog. Dog doesn't smell, rubber and think stuffed animal. Like why wouldn't? That seems weird to me.
No, I guess you're right.
It's good that we have the proof now, I guess.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of what I'm saying is like, I don't know if I'm missing something about this study, if there's just a more general level of misunderstanding of dog intelligence that makes this study kind of fascinating.
Well, I think the thing that makes it interesting to me is that the perceived evidence that the dog is presented with is this trail led to this object.
Yeah.
Right? Which from a dumb old dog's, what you might expect a dumb old dog to think is, oh, so that's how that thing smells because this is the smell that led me here.
Yeah, I guess.
And he goes, no, the smell is not that thing. Even though all the evidence that I just followed pointed me to that thing, that's not the thing it's supposed to be. I think that's a level of sophistication that I didn't attribute to a dog.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that. I just, I am particularly interested in animal intelligence. So I'm just into it and I've read a lot of it. So it's not as surprising to me.
Right.
But if this is dope, then this is dope. I'm glad that this is something that has like illuminated a little bit about animal intelligence for everybody.
And the good news is all you need is 2 toys to train police dogs.
That's it.
2 toys.
Every dog's going to the police academy. Oh my God. And the zany times they'll have.
Oh, dog police academy. Can we write that script?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like police academy is entirely up for grabs for anyone who wants it at this point.
There's one dog who's really good at sound effects.
Yeah. Which dog are we supposed to like? Because as time has gone on, the likable hero dog has really turned into a jerk.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway.
Bobcat Golf Dog?
Yeah, that's the one. Was this surprising to y'all? Did you learn something about animals? I'm interested in knowing how much people expect out of animal intelligence based on this. Let us know on Twitter whether you were surprised by this. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those police dog. Yeah, why not? They're not all creative. They're not all funny. They're not all puns. And hey, if you'd like to have some more direct discussion with people who listen to the show, fellow concerned citizens, there are a couple great places to do that. Number 1 is the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/wehaveconcerns. Number 2 is the subreddit, wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. And if you are a supporter of the show on Patreon, why not head to our new Discord server and engage in a little chat back and forth with some other concerned citizens?
And if you're not a supporter of our show on Patreon, why not become one?
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's easier than becoming a police dog.
Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.